In this tutorial you will learn all of the basics of plasticity, and you will learn how to create really fast this kind of hard surface sci-fi design from the legend Vitaly Bulgarov. And if you want to learn much more about plasticity, I have a huge free plasticity beginner course for you, where you will create completely from scratch, just in a few hours, this beautiful Apple Watch Ultra, and you will learn everything you need to know about plasticity and creating your own amazing designs. So first link in the description, check it out, and let's dive into our sci-fi prop design tutorial. Yeah, so let's start by going here to vitalybulgarov.com, or yeah, any other artist that you like. And yeah, he has amazing kit bash products, and if you go here to 25 sci-fi props, then you can find somewhere that prop that we will use. So this one here, so just right click, save it on your desktop, and also later after that tutorial, just practice maybe here, just create maybe that or that prop, so you can just practice that a little bit and you implement the learnings from this tutorial. Once you have that image, also download here PureRef, it's for free, and you can just here drag and drop that image on top, and you can work here on plasticity and that image always stays on top. So that's perfectly, I use it every day for references and all that stuff. And yeah, so let's start by recreating that shape more or less by deleting our cube here. And I will not go over all of those basic toolbars and how the UI works, because as I said in the introduction, I have a huge free course, over 5 hours, 900 people joined already. And you can check out reviews, and we are going through the installation, the settings, the whole user interface, the whole basic operations, till we will create exactly this watch here, and you can do it completely as a beginner. So if you wish to really dive deep and understand the basics of plasticity, check out first link in the description. But for now, let's also continue here on our tutorial. So first of all, we will just establish here the main form, the main shape, and then add our details. So let's go here to the front view and create a line, and just really roughly just create here that main shape. If you want to snap somewhere here at the same point at that, just go over that point, press shift, so you get here this purple construction line, and you can snap to it. So this is very handy. And let's do something like that. Snap here at the section, and we just need 1/2 because we will mirror it over. And maybe now I just want to adjust those points here with G. So G is for move. You always will use this. You can just drag that a little bit more outside. And now you can select that curve and either go here, mirror, or Alt X and press X again to mirror it on the X axis, or here use this gizmo, bring it from the left to the right, right click, and that looks really, really fine. So what we can do already, so basically we could do that before we are mirroring, so let me delete that. You see here the main shape, it always has some fillets. So fillets are very important just in design and sci-fi and all that stuff in general, because it just looks much smoother and much more believable. So I will go here to 1 to point mode, and just select 2 of those and press B for bevel, and give here a nice little bevel, and also select those 2 points, press B and give here a nice little bevel, and also those 2 points, and that looks fine. So now again, selected edge, Alt X and X, and you see that looks already much smoother. So now if you go to face mode or press 3, you can select this face here, and you get automatically this extrude option, and you can drag that out. And if you press tab, so if you go here, you have a lot of additional commands, but you have here lock distances. So if you just press tab, in other words, it's just going to the other direction as well. Right click to confirm and select both of those curves, press X, delete them, you don't need them. So now you can see through the body. So oftentimes you want it. Right now I don't want it, so I press just Alt Z or here toggle X-ray mode. And also very important shortcut is Shift E. So that's for me, so it will not work for you, but you have, if you press right click here, you have show edges and you can just toggle and you can just check and how it looks and all that stuff. So what you could do, so really write it down right now, because yeah, that's very important. Press F and here you get the search and you can search for every command. But this particular one is just toggle and here viewport toggle edges and it's on Shift E. So right click, change shortcut, press Shift E. And now if you press Shift E, it toggles and yeah, I really can recommend to you to do this the same. So let's start maybe here to create this cut, because here you see it looks flat, but here this piece has a little bit of a cut and everywhere it's the same. So yeah, it's very symmetric. So this is very simple for us. We go here to the top view, or let's go here in the 3D view, Shift A or create the line and just snap it, yeah, somewhere, maybe here. So you know where it will start. And if you go to the top, you can create, yeah, that little angular shape, right click. And if you press now C, or here this button cut solid with curve, but I like to use shortcuts, press C, you can cut this body and right click to confirm. And you see this body here, if you press tab or object mode, you can select those different bodies and just delete it. And also here the curve. And that looks really good. And let's add some more details and then mirror that over, because then we don't have to mirror that like every 2 minutes, right? So let's create this big hole here. So we can do that by, if we go to the top view, let's create here a corner rectangle and just drag a big rectangle. And we can't see here the lines inside the body. So again, Alt Z to toggle X-ray mode. So I can just see it a little bit. And you see sometimes I'm snapping here to other edges, but I don't want it. So I press Control and it's just nothing snapping. So yeah, I really want to create it a little bit bigger, because you see here it has a little bit of an angular shape. So yeah, that will just look a little bit better. So Alt Z, press G, bring that up. And now 3 or face mode, select that face and extrude that inwards. And now also what we could do is we press Q. So Q is the Boolean shortcut. And now we can also select this main body. And now you see it's getting blue. So if it's blue, it will union that. So it will add to this main body, but we want here a difference. So we just press W and you see now it's red. And now you see we see a direct preview. So this is very handy. And also here at this gizmo, you have this white circle. So if you drag that a little bit, more inwards and outwards, you see you get a little bit of this, cool shape. And so this is fine for me now. So right click, press 2 for edge mode, select that curve, delete it. And let's select those edges here and give them a nice fillet. And also here at the bottom, and perfect. And because here everywhere it's a very smooth transition, we can again just select one and give this whole thing also a fillet. So if we press Shift E, you see we have a really cool detail. Sometimes you can even adjust and play a little bit around. So you can just with face mode select this face and just make that even thicker, right click, and here also drag that there. But here you really have to experiment. Sometimes it works better, sometimes not, but here it's very simple, so it works. And also maybe this one, just bring that a little bit down, and you see I really like that where we are going. Perfect. So let's go here and create some of those details. And if you're very new to this kind of design, maybe it's a little bit too much for you, but just start with the main holes and shapes and just work through and just add detail by detail. So again, let's go here to the front view and just create a circle. And let's create first of all this big shape here. And I just like in this example, just create a circle outside somewhere. And now right click and now with G, because now I can just play a little bit around with it and I understand a little bit better where it will go, kind of. So maybe let's bring that here, maybe make it a little bit smaller. So press S and S again for a union scale. So press S and just drag the mouse a little bit more inwards. And this is fine. And now with G and G, just bring that here. And let's bring it here to this edge. So if you press G, let's take it here on the Y-axis. And if we press Ctrl, click here to this edge, it will snap here to this edge. So kind of on the surface. Yeah, so let's do again our extrusion. So 3, face mode is selected, select this blue face, extrude that inwards a little bit. You see? But we want a union, so press Q, select this main button, body, it's blue, so it will union that, but we want it different, so press W. So now you see, you get kind of that result. So right click, that looks fine. And yeah, let's maybe already create that hole. So we can use this circle and just S and S, scale that again and just create, yeah, this hole here. So yeah, the proportions are a little bit different, but this is not so important. And again, select this face, drag that inwards, press Q, select that body, press W. So you see you have a nice, cool hole. Right click to confirm, select that edge, delete it, and that looks really good. And maybe I want to bring this hole and this thing a little bit more down. So go to 3, face mode, and you can try just to select this, yeah, face here and press G to move it down. And yeah, plasticity is amazing, so it works. And let's do the same here for this inside, press G and just bring that a little bit down. And yeah, somewhere to the middle. And I just like this a little bit more. So now again, let's create it one more time, but this time again, we create a new circle. So something like that. Right click, press G and G again. And let's create here a nice, cool hole. Maybe a little bit bigger, SS. And again, select that curve, press G and snap it here to the face or the edge. Select 3, face mode, and just bring that in, press Q, select that body, press W, and yeah, that looks fine for now. Right click and let's adjust it by selecting face mode, select this face and just, yeah, drag that a little bit. Or yeah, we can't because then we go into this hole, but this is fine for here for now. So now let's start to add some chamfers. And you can just press 2 and add to this edge and give it a nice little chamfer. But you see we are intersecting. So again, just select that and just drag that a little bit inwards. For now, that's fine. And press 2 and give here a chamfer. And let's give here a nice fillet. Yeah, so press Shift E and you see you have some really cool, nice small details. So now also here you have a very sharp edge, select it and give it a nice fillet. And yeah, so you can select that now here and give this whole thing as well a fillet. So if we zoom back and press Shift E, you see that just looks a little bit smoother, everything. So let's for now copy everything around to all of those other corners. So you can just select that body with here object mode and press Alt X and bring, for example, just the left side here to the right side by clicking here. And if you press also here on Union Merge Halves Together, you see this line dissolves. If you press OK, we still have one body. So let's do the same for the other side. If we press Alt X, we want to mirror that now on the green on the Y-axis, so we can also just press Y. And okay, it doesn't work in this case. So let's just select this whole body, Alt X, and just do it manually and click here and merge halves together, press OK, Shift E. And you see you have already a really cool thing with a ton of detail. Very simple everything, but yeah, very effective. Yeah, so maybe let me show you how you can create and cut some really cool curves or patterns. So let's go here to the left view. And first of all, so just look at it and see, yeah, of what this thing is constructed. So it looks like a rectangle, which was filleted and then cut it out here in the middle a piece and also a small piece here on the horizontal side of things. So let's do the same. Let's create here a corner rectangle and just snap it for now here somewhere at the middle. And if you drag that out and if you press C, so I don't know, maybe in the future if you're watching this video and they change that again, just look here, bottom right, center corner, press C, and now you see it's going in all directions the same. So yeah, let's create something like that. I really like that. Right click, press G, and just bring that now, yeah, towards here. And now let's give it a fillet. So this will be our outer shape. So if you press B, you can fillet that whole thing. That looks beautiful. And now we just want to offset. So now we want to create this inner piece or a curve. So select that curve, press O for offset, very simple. And you have that arrow here and you see you can just drag that a little bit more inside. And that looks really good. So we are almost there. Now again, if you create a corner rectangle and you just go, yeah, somewhere here in the middle and drag that outwards, press C again. So now we will create here those lines. So just create something like that. No worry, we will cut it in a second. So create something like that. And let's create one more rectangle. Again, snap it somewhere here in the middle. Yeah, maybe here we will adjust it and drag that out. Press C and do something like that. And right click and let's just bring that a little bit with G, just a little bit here to the middle. Perfect. So it may be a little bit confusing in the beginning, but you can paint with curves and rectangles, this kind of shape. So this is really, really cool. And now we can trim or cut away all of the curves we don't need. And that's very simple by pressing T or here the scissors, T, trim command. And now let's just start to cut everything away what we don't need. So we basically just need here those corners here. So we can here cut everything around in the middle. We don't need this. And also here what is outside and also here and here, everything you see now it's very clean. And now just cut also this and this. And yeah, so I have some practice obviously with that. Sometimes, yeah, especially in the beginning, it's a little bit confusing and you don't know what to cut. So if you just cut accidentally, so let's say those pieces here and you don't get the shape, just go back and try to cut the right things. Perfect. So yeah, we have to cut here a few more things and that looks really cool. So now if we press just Alt Z so we can't see through, if we press 3 again, face mode, we can select this, shift click, shift click, shift click, and just drag that in. And if you press Alt Z X-ray mode, you see it's going inside. So press Q again for Boolean and select this main body and press W. And now you have those cool shapes and right click. And I don't need those curves here anymore. So I don't want to select them all by one, everyone, because that would take too long. If they are all on one plane and we constructed them all on the same plane, you can just press Alt click and you see all of those curves are selected and you can just press X to delete them. And let's see how that looks. And you see with this, so with this view, it might look good, but with this view, here it looks the same color and it just doesn't look so detailed, right? So that's why you need again chamfers or fillets so you can get some highlights. Because yeah, just compare this detail now, looks very boring, right? But if we add some very basic fillets here just on the top edges, so just shift click and just select a few of those edges here. It doesn't have to be perfect now. And you just give them a fillet and right click and Shift E. You see that looks already much more believable. So yeah. Also, let me show you one more thing before you can do this on your own and just play a little bit around with different tools. Let's also add here some cuts. So this piece is separate from this piece where you have this aluminium. So you can give different materials or something. So if we go here to the top and Shift E, and again we Shift A or just create a line, we can create a new line, but we can't see through. So Alt Z again. And yeah, let's go somewhere here and let's just create a very simple shape. Let's go here and just recreate more or less the same shape. Somewhere here, and we can snap on the intersection, right click. So we have that cool curve. Let's give it some fillets because here you see you also have some fillets. So press 1 for point mode because we want to bevel or fillet those points or bevel, and just drag that a little bit. And this one here a little bit, yeah, maybe the same. And also this point, and just bevel that, and Alt X and X to mirror it on the X-axis. And now we want to cut it, but it's a little bit confusing. So let's select both of them, press G and just bring them up. So we just see them better, and press Alt Z because I don't want to see through. And now I want to cut with this whole line our main body, but it will not work if I just use one half of it. So I have to select both of them and then J for the join command, because you see we have two curves. So if you press J and it doesn't work, so J again, yeah, we have one curve. And now if we press C, we can cut here this whole body. And okay, here in this example, it would be better if we firstly cut, but this is also the whole thing, you know, by doing this and practicing, you will find the right order and just your workflow. But for now, it's fine. So even if that's intersecting, this is okay for now. So especially if you're a beginner. And now let's just zoom in with edge mode, because you see we have here some really cool highlights. Just select one of the edge and just drag that, yeah, maybe in one side. So we have a chamfer, right click and select another edge and give it also a nice little chamfer, right click. And you see it's going all along, and you added a really cool detail. So yeah, and it's even going here to all of this other side. So yeah, that looks really cool. I like that. And yeah, so basically here again, yeah, some really basic operations, some cuts, and here some rectangles. So finish that as good as you can. Also here just add some circles. And after watching this tutorial, definitely I can recommend it to use, because I promise you, you can, as an absolute beginner, create this Apple Watch. So this is my 3D model of it. And we go completely step by step from start to finish, the whole process. So yeah, it's invaluable. It's for free. Over 800, 900 students did it already. And yeah, so enjoy Plasticity, enjoy the free course. Leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss my next videos, and see you in the next one. Bye.